What's up, Smoothskins, and hopefully you're having a great, wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Friends, today we're going to be talking about the Ghoul update that is inside of the PTS, the public test server, right now in Fallout 76. Now remember, just because you see something on the PTS does not mean it's going to stay the exact same way, and does not mean that it's actually going to make its way onto the public server. But this Ghoul update is what's on the community calendar to come to Fallout 76 sometime in March 2025. If you find yourself wanting to get on the PTS, make sure that you have Fallout 76 on Steam for PC, because that is the only way to get inside of the PTS. Y'all sit back, relax, and let's talk about this update inside of Fallout 76. Now, if you're a level 50 or higher character on the PTS, then you can start the Ghoul quest line. The Leap of Faith is going to be the quest that you're going to need to start so you can kick off the Ghoul quest line. Now, this took me about 30 minutes to an hour, but if you know me, you know I like to explore. And when you go to the new area, yes, that's right, friends, it's a new area, you'll start to see little things pop up on your compass. And yes, you should definitely explore these locations, and you may realize that you just stumbled upon something like a hidden treasure. Now, like I said, we're going to keep everything as spoiler free as possible when it comes to the quest line. We're not going to be talking about everything in here, but definitely pay attention before you finish up the quest line. And if you choose a certain option like to become a ghoul, make sure that you are paying attention, because you may hear somebody say something that you haven't heard in quite some time. I'm talking about since the last time you went to Dire Chemical. And now, speaking of Dire Chemical, we're working on our first lore video that we have ever done, and it's going to be over the saddest story that you've probably never heard about in Fallout 76. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification icon, and keep an eye out for when we post that video up. And now, with this Ghoul update, there are going to be some new perk cards and legendary perk cards available for Ghoul players to pick up and try for themselves. And instead of spending 20 to 30 minutes going over every single one of those changes to the perk cards, I want to push you over to Tier's video where they go over every single perk card and the new legendary perk cards. Check his video out in the description below. And now, when you become a ghoul, you will no longer have to worry about eating or drinking, but you will have to keep up with your feral meter and your glow meter. And now, if you don't want to become a feral ghoul, the main way that you are going to stave off becoming feral is by taking chems. But there are perk cards, and there is a legendary perk card that is going to help you not be feral as long as you are out and about and killing enemies out there in the wasteland. But like with everything, there are pros and cons to being or not being feral. And yes, the damage output that you can do while being feral on a melee build is absolutely crazy. And now, you may already have a regimen of food that you like to eat as a human character in Fallout 76, and you might be wondering what's going to happen to my regimen of food since I don't have to eat or drink in Fallout 76 as a ghoul. And today on the PTS, I was eating my normal food and getting the same buffs to my special and carry weight and everything. We don't know what the team has planned, but I do expect that everything is going to work the same as far as that goes with getting buffs to your character by eating food. And now, if you're like me and use the first star legendary effect Overeaters while you're playing as a ghoul character, as of today, it was working as intended. It's just a little bit harder to keep up with that food and thirst meter. But hey, we do have perfect bubblegum that we can buy for gold bullion, and we could just take those on the hour every hour. And now, you may have heard me say something about the glow effect that we have to think about with being a ghoul in Fallout 76. And the rough thing about this is, as you take rads, you are going to build up your glow meter, and there are some special things that can happen when you build that up enough with your perk cards. Y'all, this is absolutely amazing, and it's definitely one of those things that are going to add some new types of builds out there in the wasteland. Now, we'll definitely talk more about Glow and Feral in the future as we learn more and understand this better, but the PTS has only been out for 1 day, and as it stands right now, it'd like be blowing sunshine up somebody's rear end if I tried to sit here and tell you this is exactly what you need to know about it. So just take the rough and skinny of it, that Glow, you get rads, Feral, take chems or use some perk cards. And now, there is a new event in the PTS that most likely is coming with this March update to Fallout 76. I absolutely love this event. We go around, we pick flowers for someone that really does remind me of my grandmother, because she loved flowers. And this event even has a small mini boss at the end, and it looks like the Overgrown might be making their way more and more into Appalachia, and I can't wait to see how that's exactly happening. And now, one thing that caught me off guard while I was streaming my time on the PTS today is when I was in one of these new locations, the flora around their garden was the nuked flora that we see. And I can only imagine that they are watering the plants with not Brondo, but radiation. It's I guess it's got what the plants crave, electric lights and radiation. But yeah, I love this like little nuked mushroom flora that they have here. I definitely would love that at my camp. But yeah, it threw me off. I was sitting there, I was like, wait, what? How the are they watering it with like radiation? Jesus, this is idiocracy. Now, in Fallout, we know there are factions that do not like ghouls, but after turning into a ghoul, we don't always have to be a ghoul. You see, we can turn back into a human, but as it stands right now on the PTS, once you do that, you are completely locked out. I would love to see in the future it costing caps to turn back into a ghoul and to turn into a human and back and forth, and have an unlimited bid on that just so you can test and try out different things in your builds and just have fun doing different things in the wasteland. But yeah, you can put on a disguise that will hide that you are a ghoul, but in not having a disguise, at least right now in the PTS, people don't really talk to us any different. There's no new dialogue options to like gasp or anything like that. But we went up to the Brotherhood of Steel and we were talking to Russell, and we did the Brotherhood of Steel quest line. We're a knight errant. They talked to us, and then when we try to go through the door, we can't go through that door. So we'll have to see what Bethesda has planned with this in the future for Fallout 76. And I would love to see some new dialogue options. And I would also love to be able to go into the Wayward since Mort is there. I actually plan on making a new character, not talking to a single person, just getting to level 50, doing the quest line, and then going through and trying to see what new things there are with Fallout 76. But we were going to do that very soon, but we may push that off a little bit for a few more updates with the PTS. And now, as you can see right here, we are walking through a rad zone after a nuke launched with nothing on. So for those low health build players wondering how rads are going to affect you if you do move to a ghoul, you are not going to be able to use rads in the same way that you use them as a human right now. And now, while a lot of players may not want to take that dive into becoming a ghoul, I think everyone should give it a fair shot once it comes out, especially with all of the new perk cards and the chances to have new builds out there in the wasteland. But yes, I'm super excited to see what everyone thinks about the ghoul update once it becomes available for everyone. But if you've played it or you've watched people play it, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. Thank you so much to the channel members for the continued support. Y'all have a great, wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Peace. Love ya.